What's going down, people? How you doing? TK Pryor coming at you. Mr. Financed on social media, hashtag Master Wealth Builders. And I really don't know how to affect change. I only started making these videos because I needed someone to talk to in regards to studying to show myself approved. But once you begin to study the dynamics of the matrix, what the matrix is, how to unplug, it's not something that you can talk to other people about because of the fact that people don't want to unplug. Unplugging means responsibility. Responsibility means actually declaring your nationality, separating yourself from the unum sanctum policy of the Roman Catholic Church, where you're no longer classified as a chattel slave. Now you're stepping into the fold of humanity, real civilization, and actually living life on the terms of your inheritance, your heirship. So people don't really want to wake up. People really don't want to unplug from the false matrix. You know, you're programmed from the time that you're put into Rockefeller Foundation, MK Ultra, 1903 indoctrination in the public school system. And everything that you're taught is basically to subjugate you as a chattel slave. So of course, no one wants to release that. No one wants to let go of that programming. It's like a blanket that no one feels comfortable putting down. So if there's two in the field, one is going to return. And that's the reality of the world that we live in. I don't see a way to wake up stupid. You know, you're considered a dead vessel, an incompetent heir. And there's a lot of people that are paid to ensure that the heirs don't wake up. And the plan is basically to kill as many heirs as possible before they wake up. And what people don't understand, and the miseducation, is in that your hardship and subjugation is based on agreeing to be a chattel slave. A lot of the operations under the Inquisition is based upon you accepting the labels that they give you, the false definitions, the pseudo labels that they give you, identify you as a chattel slave. Therefore, you become state property, and they can do what they please as they go about code enforcement, as they go about eliminating heirs. And a lot of people that come into the information or come into the fold of information choose to basically join the thief to get paid worthless debt notes, promissory notes from a closed account that's unsigned check, essentially. So no one is given money. No one is given real assets. And everything within the demonocracy is subjugation. Everything within our pseudo-government is a lie. I mean, there hasn't been a government since the Republic was taken over in 1861, when Congress adjourned without day. So if you look up the Act of 1871, within the congressional records, you can confirm it for yourself. The private corporation that's currently running the democracy or demonocracy is just that. They're imposters, they're pseudo, they're insolvent, they're not a part of the constitutional republic. The demonocracy is actually against the constitutional republic and do everything they can to subvert it. So the only thing that you can do is declare your nationality, stand on your airship, which then devalues the bonds. The entire world is predicated on these T-bonds that represent the land and the resources being stolen from the heirs. So everything that the agents and the minions do within the matrix is to separate you, subjugate you from your airship. Once you disconnect the lineage and you disconnect the name, then all of a sudden you are a incompetent heir. You are a unrightful beneficiary. You know, in estate law, you have to be competent, you have to be of age, and you have to prove lineage. So over the past, 150 plus years, the East Dutch masters have effectively relabeled you with their name, which means you're not operating in your proper persona. And they've also subjugated you into a belief system, and people think beliefs equal knowledge. Beliefs are for children. And in unum sanctum policy under the Roman Catholic Church, unum sanctum means that you're classified or put into a set of useless eaters of state property. So, you know, no one can save anyone. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm wasting my breath even explaining, and I only explain because so many people don't take the time to learn history and law, to look at where we've been so that we understand where we're going. You know, the vicar has already stated that the jig is up in his letter to President Obama, July 4th, 2014. And no one has listened. So essentially, the reorganization of Chapter 11 that's taking place is a changing of the guard. We're in a situation right now where the management of the estate, or the people who manage the Global World Trust, are changing. So the fight internally amongst the one percenters is who is going to sit at that airship, or who is going to sit at that trustee position. You know, they're all belligerent trustees, but they're fighting to see who will sit at the head of that table. And that's the global politics taking place right now. The only thing that helps America and the useless eaters within America is the aid and intervention from other economies like Russia and China. You know, China has the go back yuan. Russia has alternative systems to SWIFT. And the whole world is ditching the dollar because the jig is up. And the fact that people don't understand the difference between deemed by decree, fiat currency, a debt promissory note from a private corporation, they don't understand the difference between that and money. You know, money is gold and silver. Money is assets that are deemed valuable. So you've never been paid money. And then everything that the demonocracy does is in legislation that subjugates you. You know, it's funny that they have to put all of their subjugation in some sort of legislation, because if you look at the various congressional records throughout history, you see that they've done a lot of different things to subjugate the citizen of the demonocracy. So I know that there's nothing I can do to really wake you guys up. You know, I try to give you guys things to Google so that you can understand my premise, but that doesn't help because nobody reads. I've been posting the reference points on Facebook, still doesn't make a difference. So the only thing you can do is declare your own. Every woman, man, and child must declare their own. So when you're given the test, you can't have help. You have to profess with your own mouth that you are not a chattel slave and that you understand how the matrix works. You understand the system, and that's the only thing that you can really put forth. So, great risings. Definitely hope you guys, some of you guys, wake up.